And now for an amazing true story from the book of John, chapter 21, verses 1 through 19.
Peter hauled in the knotted net yet again as the first light of dawn gleamed in the eastern sky.
Empty. Not a single fish all night.
Thomas shook his head.
I doubt we'll catch a thing before it's time to take the boat in.
John studied Peter thoughtfully.
Peter, you didn't really want to catch fish anyway, did you? I mean, you just wanted to get out of the boat and do something normal.
Peter shrugged, but he knew John was right.
Everything's been upside down. Just a couple of weeks ago, everyone wanted Jesus to be king.
Then he gets arrested.
And I deny that I even know him. 3 whole times. Right before he's killed. But then he comes back to life. Exactly.
It's the most incredible thing ever.
Well, yeah. But you didn't deny him 3 times. Peter, he's back. You've seen him twice. That's all that matters. I guess so.
Peter's fingers tightened on the wet ropes as he prepared to cast the net one last time. But as he glanced over to the shoreline, he was surprised to see a figure there.
Friends, don't you have any fish? Nope. Not one. Throw your net on the right side of the boat. There you will find some fish.
The 7 disciples in the boat exchanged glances as Thomas laughed.
I seriously doubt it.
Peter sighed. He wasn't ready to go back to shore just yet.
You guys have anything better to do? Come on, let's give it a try.
Together, the men heaved the heavy wet net back into the sea on the other side.
Hey, I think we've got something. Bring it on in. Oh, there's 1 fish, 2 fish, a red fish, a blue fish,
And another one. And another 10. Whoa. Gonna need some help here.
The net was so full of fish, the men couldn't even haul it into the boat. They began towing it to shore. John gaped at the man still standing on the beach.
It's the Lord.
Excitement raced through Peter's veins. He was about to see Jesus again. But just as quickly, guilt gnawed at his stomach, because facing Jesus meant that Peter would have to face the fact that he denied knowing Jesus.
But it's Jesus. Well, I've got to see him no matter what.
Grabbing his coat and putting it on, Peter jumped right out of the boat and into the water. He half ran, half waded to the beach, where he discovered that Jesus had built a small bonfire. Fish and bread were already toasting over the flames.
He is God's son, and he's making breakfast for us.
Jesus smiled at Peter.
Bring some of the fish you have just caught. Yes, Lord.
Peter ran back into the lapping water to help his friends haul their fish to shore.
153. You counted?
Don't doubt it.
Jesus gestured for the disciples to join him around the fire.
Come and have breakfast.
As they gathered, Jesus offered them bread to eat. John whispered to Peter,
That's what he did when we last ate together, at the Passover meal.
When breakfast was finished, the disciples rose to get their fish, and Peter found himself walking beside Jesus. He didn't feel nervous exactly, just a little shy. I mean, after all, Jesus proved himself more powerful than any king who ever lived. He didn't need to worry about the little things, like, making Peter feel better.
Simon Peter, do you really love me more than these others do?
Peter swallowed hard. I mean, surely Jesus knew what he felt.
Yes, Lord. You know that I love you.
Feed my lambs. Peter had remembered that Jesus had compared people to sheep in his stories.
Peter, do you really love me? Lord, you know that I love you. Take care of my sheep.
Sheep. People. Peter weighed it in his mind. Jesus must be telling Peter to take care of the people who had followed him.
Peter, do you love me? Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. Feed my sheep. 3 times? Why would he ask me 3 times in a row?
Just as he had denied knowing Jesus 3 times, Peter had just confirmed 3 times that he loved Jesus. What's more, Jesus wanted Peter to go out and show that same love to others.
He trusts me, even after what I did.
Now, Jesus didn't have to come down to the shore to show Peter forgiveness, but he did it anyway. As he had done so many times before, he chose to put Peter first.
Peter, things are going to get even more difficult for you. You are going to be led places you do not want to go.
Slowly, Peter nodded. He had seen Jesus let go of what he wanted for the sake of others. Now it was Peter's turn.
Follow me. Yes, Lord. I will.
Yeah, Peter realized the journey ahead would be difficult, but he was ready to face it and follow Jesus' example of putting others first.